This is Community Formation, a podcast made by and for the Twilight Imperium community. Frogs, what the fuck are you wearing, bro?
I don't know what. This is what I usually wear. I mean, it's just a nice tank top and a nice hairpiece. Yep. I mean, I'm in my 30s, Brass. Like, some of us are a little more cognizant about losing our hair, okay? Like, you could maybe not point it out. Like, just act like it's natural.
I don't know what you're talking about as I touch my luscious
luxurious
hair, bro.
Like, just knocking my headset off.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Wow.
I need one of them sweet mics like you have. I threatened to buy one. I'll get one soon. Anyways.
Fair.
But yeah, man, how you been? I know it's been a little hot minute. It seems like probably should explain why we haven't been recording. I suppose at some point.
Well, it's because I was gonna make some joke about how I've been touring the world with Eminem or something like that.
Well, I mean, you haven't, right?
I'm actually Snoop Dogg's blunt roller now. Yeah. No, he has a guy. That's the thing.
He has
a guy that's his blunt.
It's got to be up there with desirable jobs.
It's a fluffer. Dude, it's a full-time
Snoop
job.
Dogg's blunt roller. Yeah. What else what's a dream job? Like where your job's basically superfluous. Like, this person gave you a job. Be my tax accountant. Like, you'd want to be my tax accountant. It's pretty fucking simple, I think.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. No, the real answer is that I did get a new job. I'm cooking at a bar now.
Oh, dude, that's fucking tough work, man.
It's hard, dude. It's hard, and it's late nights too. It's pretty late, but I'm getting used to it. My sleep schedule is really fucking chaotic right now, but I'm getting used to it. I'm figuring it out, and in general, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay, But it's it's definitely an adjustment,
No, for sure, dude. For sure, I feel that. I really do. I've I cut out on my own. I'm an entrepreneur now. I don't work no, not really. Girlfriend and I broke up, so it's been a rough. Thanks to everyone who's reached out, in the community, talking to me, let me talk their ear off or not, or let me not take my turn on async games because I'm busy with a lot of other things too. So
straight up.
It's been fun, but I had to change my look up to really fit the Kentucky vibes because it's all chicks with kids and they're all real into fucking what are country artists? Fucking Garth Brooks.
Yep.
Right. So I gotta really hit the Garth Brooks angle up. I think that's someone Garth Brooks and Waylon Jennings. Yeah, I hear they're good artists. So I'll hit them up. So
there you go.
But I think we because we have a show to talk about as always. Really big day today, I think. Always. It's always a big day with us, right? It's always a good time. It's all you're vibing.
Straight vibing.
We have our good friend Alice on. They're on Talk Invitational and being a little better at TI than us, at least. I don't know. What else we got going on today, Brass? Or am I just the one reading off this bad boy?
Oh, well, I don't have it in front of me.
I'll just flat out read off. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, so we have a fun host of segments we got running around. Articles of War, first and foremost. We're going to talk a little about the Invitational, just let you know the time of day to that. Talk about the quality of the qualifiers, a little bit about the one that was streamed on our channel with spoiler alert. Skip over the next 5 to 10 seconds if you don't want to know who won. Cool Guys amazing win. Yeah. And of course, the state of the TI Fantasy League. Next up, we'll be doing our unconventional measures and what we're talking about there. Just dabbling a little bit about our Franken game that we have going on, how the drafts are going. And then the TIGL Bulletin will obviously kick things right into everyone's favorite segment, especially on YouTube, the Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. If you haven't checked out the YouTube, please do. Always the highest of quality, and quite frankly, a lot of newcomers to the scene this go around, really pumping that quality way up.
Oh yeah.
And then of course we'll have Alice on, like we said at the top, right at the end of the show.
Totally.
There you go.
Totally. Yeah, jumping right back into it with, just kind of the usual run of segments, but hot, new, fresh content, of course.
Oh, feels good. Feels real good.
Yeah, cool. Anything else for the intro that you wanna say here?
Not really, man. Not really at all. You know what? Yeah. You got a dime? That's 2 times. Let's go.
This shirt, I cannot even. For the Podbean listeners, I'll just say it. Mustache rides, 5 cents.
Oh yeah.
Oh goodness. All right. Let's go ahead and kick it right on over to the first segment. Articles of War, the SCPT tournament update. talking about all sorts of times, tournament times. I mean, it's in full swing right now, and we got the 2 different ones going at the same time. We are just finishing the invitational tournament, as we've been talking about, and also the qualifier round of the Patreon tournament is in full swing. Let's see, what game are we at right now? Like, I know, like
16 just wrapped up like 20 minutes ago.
16 just wrapped up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've been listening to the boys podcast at all, then at the end they've been doing recaps of the games, which is really cool. On the Discord you can find like the text versions of those recaps. I'm sure, and like tournament spoilers or whatever.
Oh, and there's a playlist with every single one, uploaded on YouTube. So if you want to go back and watch, that's always a good resource to have. Keep that around, especially you're in the prelims. Might have to check out what kind of play styles you're going into.
Yeah, exactly.
Just you got to do your DD.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. No, totally. Well,
tootly.
yeah.
Ooh, tootly do to you too, buddy.
Tootly. I just want to say. That the quality of the game so far has been insane. Just like absolutely stellar.
No, it's been
absolutely
for
stellar.
Sure. It's like top to bottom. I mean, top to absolutely bottom. Even in 16, just ended someone ended at 4 points, but that was seems to have been more on the bad luck of secret draws than anything.
Yeah, that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was really the only difference. I mean, they scored every round. What else can you want? Like, you score every round, and like if your secrets are shit, your secrets are shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it comes down to.
It still happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of winemaking in a couple games. Don't want to get too into it, but that's part of the game, part of the beauty of it all. And don't break my heart, make you break your heart. That's a Billy Ray Cyrus lyric if you're curious.
He's doing his DD right here. He's doing his due diligence, his research into redneck culture, and
I'm learning. I'm Googling as we speak. Next thing you know, I don't know what the next step is. Please save me. Please, someone. Anyways.
Yeah, so what else has happened in these qualifier games? We had the first elimination. I don't know if we got to talk about that the last time, but that was no, totally. And it was heartbreaking because Susan tried to go for an elimination in his game, and then it was like literally the game after that a Cabal fucking eliminated a Soul player.
Can I just say that elimination was enabled by our good friend Bam Bam?
Oh, yeah. No, totally.
Nice little token lift.
Totally.
Just got to point that out. I know, you're out there.
No,
we're talking about you.
He knows he's out there. I'll tell you what, that Soul elimination absolutely destroyed my fantasy team.
You think that alone?
Well, I mean, not that alone, but what it did is that it like kicked off the downward spiral.
Oh yeah. For sure. We could point back into one.
Complete.
Well, there's like 60 more games, man. I mean, you can't possibly go from like -4 points to winning, right?
I mean, who knows?
That's true. That's pretty wacky shit.
It all depends. But I will say this: who will replace me on the very bottom is Philroy. Believe it or not, but Philroy's the new bottom of the fantasy league.
Maybe this is like the Kurtz show. Like, you just come on here and you're bottoming out, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's it. You know what? Honestly, we should look into that.
Yeah. I'm just getting clowned on constantly is what it is, and I clown on myself is the fucked up thing. Wow.
Listen, man, I would elect you onto the town council. I absolutely would. You'd have my vote.
All right.
Yeah, man. No, man. Comes your own little Prius. Yeah.
Got elected, bro. I did the dumbest ass fucking thing, but it actually was great. That's the title of my life. Did the dumbest ass thing, but it was great. I love hanging out with the Aussies, but given that I live where I live and they live where they live, like, the time difference is pretty formidable, and it leads to some hilarious situations. And, because I have such a chaotic schedule anyway, I was like, you know what? I can lose some sleep. I can, stay up a little bit. I can hop on this train that is already, leaving the station from, wherever they are in Melbourne and shit. And I just told them, I'll stream your qualifier game that's got, these 4 Aussies and then 2 Euros in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it started late at my time, and I was just staying up through the night, drinking coffee.
Oh, dude, I went to bed.
Food,
and the game had just started, because it started at midnight my time, so it started at 9 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
And I wake up and this is still going. I got a full night's sleep, got to work before the game ended.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
It was some wild. It was wild shit. It was absolute wild shit. Yeah, so who was in the game it was Cool Guy, it was Toast, Swampy, and Murderous Troll, and Keyhob, and Keepsake were the last two were the Euros joining the group. And it was just an absolutely buck wild game of like really skillful play going on all over the place, but also just like the most beautiful like turns of luck that I've ever seen. Like honestly, and you know, we spoiled it already, but Cool Guy won the game as Hakan. And the stuff that was happening that Cool Guy was doing was just like it was the TI equivalent of like the whole time he was holding a royal flush and keeping it secret. And at certain key points of the game, it's just like he revealed the hand and was just like, oh, it's a good hand. Oh, it's a good hand. You know, he's like revealing just like one card at a time. And then you slowly realize that it's like, oh, you just had a fucking royal flush this entire time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so.
No, that's outstanding. And I mean, you know, friend of the show, Cool Guy, one of our first guests.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable player. Unbelievably nice human being.
Yeah.
Deserved the win. I mean, honestly, wasn't the game going to go to another round if he hadn't won?
Yeah, no, it was. It was going to go to another round and fucking like.
Not even a tiebreaker, like another round, because the timer hadn't even rolled over, so.
Yeah. Oh no, it had.
So they thought they were playing for the tiebreak.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I totally missed that. Yeah. No. They were playing for the tiebreak.
Gotcha. So he would have been there on 9, but fair enough. Okay.
No, totally. It was awesome. It was just awesome. So like some of the key moments and like, you know, the parts that of the hand that were the royal flush or whatever, like, so the biggest was like in round 1, he had top decked unexpected action. And then also he teched dark energy tap to get some of that stuff going on. But then he was also able to get gravity drive because started the cat.
Well, he's rich.
Well, yeah, he's rich, and he started the catfishing a little bit early with Murderous Troll, who was the Joel Nar player, and got research agreement off of that. He was able to get those 2 blue techs in the first round. Drew the right action card, obviously, and then off of the first DET Explorer he did, he got the Major Entropic Field.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so $3 and the extra command token, so that he like lifts the token from his like first planet explorer on his path to Mechatol Rex, and then that enabled him to take that carrier with 1 infantry to Mechatol, pay 6 trade goods for custodians in the first round, and then take another carrier from his home system or, you know, wherever it was, and take Semlor, which was next to Rex, and then he just got like the Dyson Sphere attachment, and then that was his second attachment to score 2 attachments in the first round. It was literally like the nastiest stuff. It was like,
I mean, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. That's like all that really is.
What'd you say? What?
Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Come on, Brass.
Wow. Okay, and I need to get on the same level as you, obviously.
I mean, gotta have a lot of pee.
Yeah. No, I know. I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah.
But
I do. It's a thing. It's a medical condition. We don't talk about it on the show too much. So anyways.
For sure. So it was just like the dopest shit in round 1. I was like mad hype about it. And then he just like kept up his tempo. So he was like in front of everyone for the majority of the game. But then, you know, other people started to catch up. Unfortunately, the Nalu like really had a rough time, just went scoreless for 2 rounds. It was really heartbreaking to see. And then the late game was shaping up in this way where there's like, okay, obviously Hakan's in the lead, but like these other people are catching up, and you know, maybe with what's going on with the speaker order. And for a second there, it didn't seem like he was going to be able to QDN in the last round. Man. But then what happened is that there were like, because economic equality hit right before the last round. So that wiped out everyone's trade goods. But there were 3 trade goods on Warfare. So he just took Warfare and then
They let it Warfare get to last round. No one wants to take Warfare anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like a situation where he was like had low enough speaker position or whatever where he just didn't get the 1 or the 8, but he was still able to like get that,
grab
Warfare.
The money
of that. Yeah. So it was just like a sneaky thing, and then he used QDN to swap Warfare with Imperial, popped Imperial early to get to 9, and then now. Oh, and then here's the other thing: is that the stage 2 that flipped was Conquer the Weak. So everyone's looking at each other's home systems.
Yeah, and a con home system's like about as juicy as it gets.
It's about as juicy as it gets. He's at 9, and you kind of need to slay him anyway. So here comes Nazroka from across the table, charging their way with a War Sun fleet, and they got the Dominus Orb, and they just like fucking go boom, boom, straight into Hakon's home system, and then boom, become a martyr for the 10th point. That's
disgusting.
It was great. It was great. And that's what I'm talking about, like the royal flush, where it's like one card at a time. He's like, oh, I actually have a winning hand. Oh, it looks good. Oh, it keeps looking good. Everything's good. And then the final card was like, I won, like I had the royal flush, like fucking.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. I was mad hype. I like fucking like scream in the video or something like that. I just like am fucking mad hype about it.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was a hell of a game.
Well, congrats to Cool Guy. Seriously. Cool Guy. That's awesome.
Had a good time. For real.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but I don't think Fantasy TI, it's just kind of keep rolling. They'll keep updating. But that game just finishing, I don't know what the standings are even like. So we'll probably revisit that more in depth next go round, guys. Sorry for our lack of update there. That's more of a timing thing on us through our wonderful scheduling capabilities.
For sure. I mean, it's more of just like an opportunity for us to keep talking trash about how I'm like in the trash, and I don't know how my faction.
I'm just hanging around the top 20, man. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Really?
I mean, if NRA is my only winning factions so far, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
by the way, shout out to Connors for winning a game I didn't even get to watch.
Oh wow! Yeah.
That's Cabal.
Incredible.
Yeah, just want to say that. Member of the BPC, huge guy. We're all members of the BPC, really.
All right, get hype this weekend, Saturday the 14th, starting at 5 a.m. Pacific or 8 a.m. Eastern. We got the Invitational Finals. We got the Deft Piper, Starry Chinsky, Seto Kaiba, James K. Polk, Alvi, and our guest today, Alice. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be hype. There's gonna be the possibility for a like back-to-back winner.
Yeah.
Back-to-back invitational.
Back-to-back, right?
Back-to-back. We'll see like if we got the winningest person about to win again, or we'll see if they get dethroned.
And also, our games, my buddy Wyatt, Truth, we're streaming this Saturday at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So, all four of you hop on in.
Dual screen it. You know what I mean?
Dual screen it.
Like,
honestly, it'll be prime. Me and Jamongus Jason, we're hitting it up. Me and Jadine Jedi.
Yep.
Streaming a game. It'll be a good time. He told me he's just going to egg me on and try to get me to say disgusting, nasty things the whole time. So I'm pretty excited.
Oh gosh, he is the devil. He is the devil on your shoulder, isn't he?
He kind of is. To
be
completely honest with you. I've delved pretty deep with this game.
That's an Arkham Horror joke right there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Well,
All
cool.
right.
Let's go ahead and turn it on to the next segment. I believe it's unconventional measures.
Oh man.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one,
not a whole lot to talk about here. Yeah.
Exactly. Not a whole lot. It's more of just like an update, and it's more of just like I don't know, trying to give you an idea of like how it's shaping up, because on last time we talked about how we're doing another Franken draft, which will turn into an eventual streamed game. The last time it was just one, but now we have enough people where we're going to be doing like it's not really like a head-to-head. I don't know. It could be like I don't know, like a semifinals into a finals thing,
Oh,
almost.
man.
Like, I don't know. I think that was
Well,
part
can't
of
really
the
do that.
appeal
Be only
point.
2 winners. So, oh man, Princess variant Franken game. Let's go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There's an idea. There's an idea.
Oh, that sounds miserably bad.
Well,
Wonderful
I mean,
viewing
well,
for
I was-
all like 3 people.
Well, I was thinking it was going to be like top 3 from each one or whatever.
Oh,
and
well,
then
yeah.
it's like,
Well, you know, top 3 is so subjective in TI that that's a discussion for a different time,
exactly,
different place.
exactly.
Yeah, we can figure it out. We can figure that out.
So we've had these 2 different teams that have been drafting their components at the same time, and it looks like Team Frox has like really just gone.
We've been done for
so
2
fast.
weeks.
You've been done for 2 weeks, exactly. And then my team still going. We're plodding along, like the tortoise and the hare. We're like the tortoise. Get it, and which means we're gonna win in the end. Which is what that means.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
no, we're but
sure.
It looks like my Team Frox, we're going to be doing our game. I think the weekend of the 22nd or the 23rd. That's our 23rd, 21st or 22nd. But I'm not gonna put an asterisk next to that date. I'll obviously do a little press release, let everyone know, do some sweet meme art. Sure, we get our boy Ged's Dead on some nice little mock-ups for us.
Yeah, that'd be fucking tight.
That would be fucking tight, actually.
Team Frox. Team Frox.
I love that so much.
It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm just curious, like, how are the factions shaping up in your draft?
Let me take a look. I haven't looked in.
Well, I know one of them.
I know mine. You tell you the one you know of, though.
No, I know that JJ did a meme pick. He did a meme draft this time.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the idea. He just, at least what I'm going to call it is it ain't easy being green.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And he picked,
and then it's all green. Everything. We had long at length debates about what facilitated something being green.
Which is that really surprises me that you guys were going so fast then, because I know you spent a lot of time talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, we have like a bunch of TI degens and fucking Connors and Mantis. Like they're pure, and then Baz. I mean, Bazomatic's probably the only person a lot of people have heard about. That listen to the show. Great Franken player, and hilariously, I always refer to him as JJ's lawyer. He's not.
He's coming in with like this is not green or this is green kind of like thing.
No. It's in an alliance game, Franken alliance game, because I've fallen off the deep end.
Yeah.
He was like, JJ was like, well, according to my lawyer, I can't pick technology this time around. That's good. I can tell you a bit about the teams. Brian is just, he wants to make the best version of Jolnar possible, with a little bit of QDN, a little advanced carrier 2, IIHQ, Magnus Reactor to pick, brilliant scheming arbiters, Geschlei. It's a real weird combo there, to be honest, guys. JJ's the green, Connors, Tech Singularity. He's just flying around, man. Tech Singularity, Strip Stream, Edict, Dimensional Tear 2. So you get the idea. He is pretty scary. Baz is a weird combo, man. Saturn engines, floating factories, Mahawk starting techs, non-Euclidean, Nomadic, always scary to see with Scavenge. Myself, I have the 0 token, and then fabrication, and then everything else is, I'm going PDS in yellow, baby. That's all I got.
PDS?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Got the Hell Titan, Scanlink start, like all the Titan stuff, telepathic, like I said, fabrication. It'll be interesting. And then Mantis is Devour Amalgam. His is gross. I don't even want to talk about it. Like his is actually just fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ.
He is going to be an absolute terror.
I mean, that was a given to begin with.
Yeah.
But
no, totally. Totally.
Yeah. But yeah, again, team's looking pretty good.
Yeah, totally. So we are, I mean, like, as slow as we're being, I mean, we're kind of like past the point where it looks like everyone has picked all their main stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, with maybe a couple of exceptions. There's like a couple of holes in there. But where my picks are is that I'm just doing all my extra picks right now. Or, you could call it the hate drafts. I'm doing like doing the hate drafts where it's like, well, I want to make sure that no one has access to this, and I've already assembled all my own important pieces that I want. So I'm just like taking this out of circulation. But generally what I've got going on is, how do I describe it? I would describe it as kind of like a mothership kind of theme going on. So
I like that.
Totally.
I like that a lot.
So I'm got like nomad starts with the fleet, but instead of it being Memoria, it's Genesis.
Oh my God!
Genesis is carrying around Latani warriors and advanced carrier 2s. So my starting fleet has like, I don't know, 18 capacity or something like that. Something ridiculous like that. And the really important part is I've got nomadic and scavenge and also armada. So I'm rolling around.
Damn.
I'm rolling around with just like insane fleet, like,
oh my God, homie.
Yeah, no, totally. So I don't know. It's kind of like a super SAR a little bit. It's a super SAR thing. I also have chaos mapping. You know what I mean?
Oh
and God. I've got the alpha asteroid field. It's nasty,
homie.
It's straight nasty. So
yeah, it is.
So I'm excited about that one. I don't know, like we'll see how it like actually plays out. You know, if anyone like really figures out a way to counter draft what I have going on, or just deal with it in general. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Oh, I have Zayu too. I forgot to mention that.
Oh,
yeah. I'm basically Nalu plus PDS. Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I hope.
Oh, it won't be good. It'll be fun.
No, straight up. Let's see. What does Phil have? He's got Fabrication, Versatile, Guild Ships, Devour and Rift Meld.
Oh my God.
Dimensional Tear 2 and Strikewing Alpha 2 and Exo Trireme 2.
Oh my God. Yeah. All unit upgrades all the time.
All unit upgrades, just like nasty stuff. He's got the L1 flagship. He's got the Necro flagship picked first.
Oh.
So he might do that. Yeah, Phil just looks like he's going to be a big bruiser, like high production, high like economy kind of situation. Gonna research those upgrades and just like have like a bunch of fucking just bruiser ass shit going on, you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Yeah. It's funny how Prepara and Elspeth both look like they're just doing the things that they did last time generally. Like maybe they're like changing it up like a little bit or something. But
that's so good though.
But Prepara is doing the whole just like classic like, I'm going to devour all your stuff. I'm going to like copy all your tech. I'm going to like just be like kind of this unholy combo of like the Necro and the fucking Cabal in this way. And Van Hog memes, of course. Prepara loves the Yin flagship. Let me tell you what. And Elspeth is just going for like fast and efficient as far as like getting the guac from custodians, like, you know, doing that blood ties thing again. And then Kaluan, what's going on with Kaluan? Brilliant, Unrelenting, Imperia, Foresight, Floating Factory 2, Prefab, Hybrid Crystal Fighter 2. I think I actually really have to worry about Kaluan in terms of
think?
Yeah. In terms of like counteracting what I have going on and just messing with my shit. Yeah, that Unrelenting is probably going to sneak up on me in some kind of way.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
You're probably on a stupid ground combat you're supposed to win, but you don't.
And then finally, I got to say, Old Wolf is going for something that's so hilarious and so just like classic, like Bort, you know, like Bort in that first game that we did. Get money. Old Wolf, yeah, Old Wolf has gotten the best combo of just like all the money stuff, and is going to be good. Like even got like Hakan commodities plus council patronage, you know. Just like literally starts off the strategy phase with fucking 6 commodities and 1 trade good. Like he's gonna have so much money that he's just like he could just like burn it all and then still have money. You know, like
he's an absolute monster, dude.
Yeah, totally. And I colluded a little bit with him, a little bit because I took he talked me into taking Dark Whispers so that I can get Dark Pact on top of, whatever I have. So it's like he's going to be washing with me and we'll be making even more money and everything's going to be super chill and super fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, by the way. I just want to say that.
It's going to be
That's what I want to say in your game. I know Mantis is already going to ranch me in mine. Like, I've just come to terms with that fact. But you may have a little bit of hope.
A little bit, but always got to watch out for Kaluan, baby. Always got to watch out for him. He's a sneaky boy. He's one sneaky boy. Wow.
For sure.
Well, I think that's all I really got to say there. Keep your eyes peeled for the Team Frox game, and I can't really promise when the Team Brass game is coming. I really cannot make that promise. We'll figure it out next time. You know what? A beep, 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 beep. Whoa. A beep, 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 beep.
Oh, fuck.
I heard a noise. It's a noise
from
my boy, Big Al Cappuccino. He's calling. He's giving us the TIGL bulletin.
Oh man. Well, we just got facts hot off the press saying straight from New Zealand from our friend Big Al Cappuccino. The TIGL bulletin. TIGL Season 2 continues, but ushers in SCPT 23 Patreon as the key competitive focus. Async games continue with a total of 19 games, recorded Season 2 with 3 players on 2 wins each. PK Club topping the current table. Single session games have subsided, but if you want to play, just reach out and we'll make it happen.
Yes.
And that's the entire TIGL bulletin.
That's the TIGL bulletin. Yep. So I, can tell that things have slowed down a little bit there, but I think it really has a lot to do with just like the overlap of all these players, like being, it's like we're really the reason that we're all here is because we like wanted to join up with the main tournament and everything. So when the beginning of tournament season happens, is like the gears get shifted big time, and everyone wants to do their practice games, and you can only do so much TI in so much time. But I've been really feeling the urge to get another single session going, and so much that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a channel on our server, and then maybe it'll be like easier to organize a game, because it's like, it's a lot to expect that I'm going to be like doing all these TIGL games with the Aussies when it's like so hard to figure out, like I said earlier, like so hard to figure out the
when you're even going to be awake,
when I'm even going to be awake at the same time that they're awake and everything, So it might be a little easier to organize games. And you know what? That's something that Big Al said to us, and like I think it bears repeating, is that you can literally organize a TIGL game like anywhere. Yeah. It could be like in person at your mom's house, you know what I mean? Like could be anywhere, organized on any server, as long as everyone's signed up for TIGL. Then you do the form, then you're good to go. Then you're good.
Wow. Then next thing you know, you're there.
And then you're there. And then you have an ELO higher than Frox's.
Well, I mean, that's pretty achievable. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, but it's still going, and we're going to keep it on going. And now I've got this my own channel to like figure out how I'm going to organize one of them games. I think it'd be really tight to do an in-person TIGL.
That'd be really fun.
That'd be really,
I mean, you have the Portland crew for it. Maybe in March you'll be able to.
The crew. Yeah.
Get fucking Hunter in on one with you.
Oh, hilarious, dude. Hilarious.
Hey, Hunter, want to go do some TIGL with me? TIGL and chill at my place? Let's go.
No, the rumor that I did hear is that there's talk of a TI mega game going down in Portland. Little Bird told me, but I don't know if that's actually got any kind of weight to it or anything. But like, I'm fucking down, man. Like my copy's super tricked out. I'll bring my shit. Like I'll party down. Bring some white claws. You know what I mean?
Oh well, there are no laws in play when claws are in hand. That's all I'm saying. Listen,
gotta play TI with white claws, man, for real. Yeah. All right, man. You know what time it is?
Oh, please tell me. It
is your favorite part of the show. What time?
How did you know?
I knew. I just knew that it was your favorite part of the show. And I think it's the YouTube audience's favorite part of the show too, apparently.
True, actually.
But it's
honestly.
It's time for Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. It's huge. It's a big deal. if you've
I
never
needed that. It's been a rough few weeks.
Yeah. No joke, man.
Man.
If you never seen this one, Brassbird's Mega Meme Center is just a top 5 in no particular order of the memes that I'm seeing, that I'm enjoying, that I want to share with the wider audience, and just I hope you enjoy the silly memes that we got going. So, top 5 in no particular order. Here we go. Number 1 from our homeboy Ged's Dead, off of the Obligatory Memes channel from the Async server. This one is just hilarious because it's got our boy Large Allen Cup of Coffee as the subject. And you can just imagine the situation where he is like, come and get him, hot and fresh, military supports, sell it to you now for some kind of time in the future when you might be able to use it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on. And
it's so good. It's I can see him doing it. Absolutely. You know what? I would eat that up. He totally wouldn't buy 12 tokens the same turn when he used military support, right? Right?
No.
He wouldn't do that to me.
He wouldn't do something like that. He wouldn't take my money now and 2 months later say that maybe I can use military support. No way. No, but man,
so good.
I just want to say that I have done the same thing before, essentially. Like in my last
scum of the earth.
I know. But in my last Soul game, I was in this situation where it's like, well, I need the money now. You can wait until the end of the round before it starts popping off, right? But you give me the money now, and I'll give you the note later. How about that, you know? It was just easy to fall into that situation, you know?
Oh, my God. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Just soul things. Just when you play soul things. That's all.
No, fun faction, for sure. Fun faction.
Yeah. All right, moving on to meme number 2.
Mm-hmm.
This one's from Finglethin, coming also from the Obligatory Memes channel. This one is a campaign, but it's not your campaign that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
There's different campaigns, which I just learned that there are different campaigns.
Yeah, there's two or three of them actually. I don't know
why.
At least
people
two
doing all these 5-game long campaigns, man.
Because I just, I not only did I want to hold a grudge, I wanted to hold it for like a year against someone I've never met.
And there's nothing
what type
more.
Of question is that?
There's nothing more beautiful than that, man. There's
just a nice grudge to sustain me through these trying times.
Oh my God, so funny.
Oh man, you ever hear that? What is it? What's that big grudge in Kentucky history? Oh my God, Hatfields and McCoys. That's endured for generations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Maybe that's part of my study I'm doing. Just really grudge holding. That's the only part of the redneck culture that really speaks to me.
I can respect that. And bringing that into your TI game is like your prerogative, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one is funny. I mean, not just because they're little JJs, they're little Jadim Jedi profile pictures or whatever, but they're
little Grogus.
Yeah, little Grogus or whatever. It's just that's the inside joke. Every time you see a little Grogu around the world, then it's like, oh, it's a little JJ. He's here. He's here.
He's graced me with his presence.
Exactly. But this one's also funny just because I was thinking of this conversation that I had with Elspeth one time where I was just saying, like, it makes a lot of sense to me how Yssaril could get all of this negative meta and all these people just fucking hating on them and wanting to, like, eliminate them and all that stuff. Like, I could totally understand how that would happen. And then Elspeth is just incredulous. Like, why would anyone hate the Gobos? What are you talking about? And I don't know, dude. Like, I see it. I believe it. I've been there. I'm in the trash can as a Yssaril right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Right there with you.
Yeah. Well, moving right along to meme number 3. Speaking of our boy JJ, this one's by JJ. And
oh man.
This one we're just throwing in to, just reinforce our love and support for homeboys and, the winning club of folks. You got to respect what they got going on because they got some multiple wins under their belt. There's something about it. And, I also had to put this one in because the song is forever burned in my head. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not.
No, absolute classic. Unfortunate Artist, total summer banger of like, what year was it? Oh, I gotta look this up.
Oh yeah, no, look that one up, and I'll tell the story. Is that the reason why this is burned into my head like forever is because back when I was in college, I got really into watching basketball, and not just watching, but also playing NBA video games with my homeboy. And the soundtrack for that game was very limited, I'll say, first of all. Very not a lot of songs overall. And every single one of them is burned into my head. Well,
I really don't want to tell you what year that song came out.
No, do tell me.
I don't want it to.
No, do tell me.
February 8th, 2010.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of an old game, dude. I mean, we were playing this game that was on the Xbox 360.
It got to be 2K11. It had to be 2K11 then.
Yeah,
1000%. Oh no, that was the year Dame Lillard was drafted, man.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now I feel old. But yeah, so you load up this fucking game, dude, and like literally the opening screen song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. I can never get enough something. Hands up. And then there's this big silence, and then we look at each other, and then we both go, and they're straight down.
It's all the people up in the building.
That's what it is? Sorry.
You're fine. It's fine.
I just know the part. I just know the part where it says, and they sit down.
You're up, down, up, down, up, down. Yep. Oh yeah, nope, right there.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's really what people tune in this podcast for. Was see like a redneck in a ridiculous shirt and like this total bro fucking rap. I mean, that's really what life's about, right?
That's what it's all about. And we'll spare you from the singing even more, and we will move on to meme number 4. What do we got? This one's from,
which is actually a musical piece. Not just
the quality entertainment. So this one is from Vaunt PDX, the legend, the master, the patron saint of Meme Town. Yeah, this one is great. I love the ones that are a really light touch, with a meme, and I also just had to put this in because I'm a huge Bob Ross stan,
as you should be, by the way.
Old school Bob Ross stan can always hang out with homeboy. Yeah.
Well, also shout out to the documentaries on Netflix about Bob Ross. Definitely go check them out.
Sure.
About my capitalist roots, and throw those out there. Give those a watch.
Yeah, no, that's tight as fuck, dude. That's tight. Yeah. But yeah, I don't have that kind of trade goods, man.
What a good fucking punchline. Holy shit.
And the best part about this is that you can just hear Bob Ross's voice saying it.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
Bob Ross was a TI player. Who knew?
1000%, 100,000%.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Another legendary one from Vaunt PDX. I mean, he is just all over the pins, all over 100%.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. All right. Moving right along to meme number 5. I believe the username on this one is Debian_1337, which is
pretty elite username.
That's pretty elite username right there.
Pretty fucking elite username, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. But this one's also from Meme Town. Absolutely hilarious. I mean, this is like what this is it's a classic template that has been updated to fucking be just so relevant and so topical.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. No. 100%.
Old Majan is not a bad text. Shut up. But here's the question. Have we seen yet in the qualifiers any Old Majan madness? Any actual use? Any actual, has it happened yet?
No, you're not allowed to. You have to use all the mega components, all the codices.
No, in the qualifiers, they're using Old Majan.
Are they? Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, totally. You didn't know that?
No. Not at all.
Then why did you laugh at this one?
I always laugh at everything, because Old Majan is a good tech. All right, man. My little Schroeder it up.
My little Schroeder. They're not seeing your emojis, by the way, because the screen is on the meme. But you know what? I'll bring it back over here, and then they can see your emojis. Okay.
Fabulous. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah,
I've just been hitting them because I'm bored not bored. I'm just like ADHD as hell. So, anyways,
that's all right. So that has been a Brassbird's Mega Meme Center. Hope you have enjoyed it. 100.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do we got going on next? I think we're
rocking into our wonderful interview with the incredible Twilight Imperium player Alice, invitational finalist. Alice.
Finalist was in the invitational last year, was in the invitational this year, and got into the final game. And I mean, we're just gonna spoil it for you right now. We got our foam fingers on for Alice.
Yep,
100%. 100% rooting for Alice to win.
Absolutely.
And, we'll see how and when the Death Viper actually wins. That's the joke. That's the joke, right? But
yeah, how does this help Death win?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But we will root for Alice this Saturday. And lovely interview, lovely person. Hope you enjoy our talk with them. All right, we are here. Welcome. This is the segment that we call Who is the Speaker? Again, we got a speaker. Their name is Alice. Hello, Alice, my dear friend living across the river in Vancouver. How are you?
Oh, I'm so wonderful. Happy to be here, honestly. This is exciting stuff.
Hell yeah. It's been a little while since we've done an interview, huh, Frox?
Yeah, it's not 2 months or anything. I mean, Brian was here 2 months ago today, so oops.
Yeah. We know exactly what we're doing. Don't worry. We haven't forgotten anything. It's all fine. Yes.
And like I already commented off air, but like it's really disheartening. Normally I'm only the second best hair, but like I'm third best hair today, and it's like obviously really getting to me. I may have to like step away for a minute to like evaluate some things and calm myself.
Yo, and I didn't even put my product into my hair. This is just all natural, baby.
Is there any like nice bubbly hair product we could work in? Is there any like product pitches we need?
No, but I have my bubbly. Like, I do have my blackberry flavored bubbly. Don't worry, I'm back on this train. Back on this train, baby. Yeah.
Love it. Oh, LaCroix? Oh, man.
I see.
I have my empty bourbon glass from our game last night. That's all I have over here right now, guys. Sorry, I'll have to fix that next time. Maybe a little intermission, I'll grab something to drink.
That's all right. Yeah.
Man, Alice, fucking very happy to have you on. I'm glad to like break our radio silence with a pretty outstanding guest. Wouldn't you say, Brass? I don't know if we could bring in anyone who's more of a heavy hitter and like on the theory crafting into the game.
I only talk about Alice like all the time.
That is true, actually. No, I mean it's like all the time, man. It may be a little
literally all the time. And when we did, I will brag about this because we did have a session when we were talking with Drago. I think it was when we were like, let's talk about like who possibly could be in the invitational. Like let's have just like a top 10 of like players that we think are gonna make it in. And I was like, well, it's definitely Alice. I gotta say, it's going to make it. And then, of course, I'm fucking right. Of course I am. Yeah.
I was honestly a bit surprised to be invited back because I was in last year's invitational as well. And I thought like, oh, you lose one invitational.
You had also kind of taken a break from playing the game for a little while.
Yeah, that too. It was really getting to me. I just had these games where I was like, I'm like having a miserable time. I'm hating my time playing this, and it's 8 hours of hating it. Like, why am I doing this?
Isn't it kind of weird that coincided when they started playing with us? Isn't that kind of weird how that like worked out a little bit? I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm sure there was another reason.
Yeah, it was honestly TI randos. Listen, I'll be the first one to say TI randos need to get better.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, they on the Aussie server they call it Gen Pop, which is actually a prison term. Yeah, but that's what they call the TI4 online LFG. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god!
Can't get a game together on this server, so we got to go to Gen Pop, and it's always this like, oh, you poor bastard kind of thing. Yeah, hilarious.
Oh man,
Yeah.
not to interrupt what we're here for, but please check out the Aussie guys. Oh my god, they're
100%.
wonderful, lovely people.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll call it out right now on the YouTube. You can find the video that is the qualifier game for Cool Guy and Murderous Troll, and let's see who is it? Was all Swampy, Toast. I think those were the 4 Aussies, and then there's these like 2 Euro players that had gotten thrown into the mix and everything. But fantastic, huh?
Those poor euros.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they had a rough game. They had a rough game too, and especially the one that was playing Nalu, like 2 rounds in a row, 0 points for this poor Euro playing Nalu. Like it just was not working out. They were having a rough game, but the Aussies are just lovely, lovely people, and it's a very entertaining game. I will say that. Great ending to it. I'd flip the fuck out at the end of this video.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also were on no sleep, but sorry to get us on a tangent there, Alice. I'm really good at that. So you got invited back to the, back to the invitational. Like, does it just like they reached out and you're like, well, I've been on a break. Should I do this? Or are you just like, no, I'm in. I'm playing with non-gen pops.
Yeah. I don't want to be so mean, but it was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely play TI with like solid, respectful players. Like, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, a tournament game is just so different from just playing with randos because it's like, I'm really tired of boat floating. I hate it. It's really the right thing to do, which is even worse. Like you just sit there and you're like, oh, I don't want to be doing this strategy, but if I don't do it, I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so playing in the tournament is like, I don't know, is a good segue into the actual game, but like round 1, I got my equidistant taken, and it's like a critical equidistant. So, that's the kind of tournament experience that I'm looking for. Yeah.
Wow. Excellent. So,
no, I get that.
So what was your semifinals game like in broad strokes? Yeah,
so it's kind of I wouldn't recommend watching it because I think it's actually kind of a pretty boring game except for like the beginning and the end.
Well, it was game 6, right, of the semifinals? It was game 6,
yeah,
totally.
And I think there were much more fun games to watch than ours. And Hunter's a little low energy.
Oh no.
Right? But I love you, Hunter, though. So, how to describe it? Okay, so round 1, I should start with the draft. So the draft starts, and there's basically Titans, Nomad, and then 5 other like terrible factions like Arbo and Yin. Awful stuff. So there's 2 like really strong factions, and 6 garbage ones, and I'm second pick.
Oh,
so I'm like, thank God!
Thank God! Lucked out.
And I really wanted to get Titans because Titans is my favorite faction. I think they're arguably the strongest faction in the game. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but that's fine. But of course, the first pick's Titans because like that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then I get Nomad, and then the rest of the draft is important. But then the objectives. The objectives really defined round 1. I'm going pretty in depth on round 1 because it's like the most important round. I would say. Totally. Not normally, but just in this case. So the first 2 objectives are 4 of the same trait and 8 influence.
Wow.
And I'm Nomad. Like,
ouch.
Doing 8 influence is actually pretty achievable, but I had 4 hazardous like in my slice. I had the slice with the triple system and then the 2 hazardous on either side.
Word.
And so I'm like, okay, there's 3 hazardous in my slice. If I can find a way to get another hazardous, like I've got it locked up. Round 1, getting 4 of the same trait like sets you up for like basically a win as Nomad. Like that is the path to victory. And so there's Titans next to me, and I'm just I'm like begging Titans.
Terraform. Give me
Terraform me, daddy. Give me.
Oh my God.
Give me. Sculpt my mounds.
And the whole time, he's like, okay, well, like maybe, but like I really want to work out this deal with Extra, where he's gonna give Terraform to Extra, they're gonna play it, and then in the very like same round, they're gonna Titans is gonna go and like get Terraform, score 4 of the same. Like it's one of the that like I would never recommend anyone do as Titans.
Sure.
What also has you do like take a ground combat, which seems less than ideal, right? Like whenever you're taking a planet off someone.
I would agree with that, and that would be an even bigger reason not to do it. But this was Extra. Yeah. So Extra could have taken the planet with Diplo, and then.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
Good point. Good point.
And I just kept DMing Titans like, listen, this plan is terrible. Like, it's not gonna work. And honestly, I wasn't even lying. I thought it was a terrible plan. Also was very self-serving to have it not happen.
Sure.
So, like I predicted, it doesn't work out because the plan was so convoluted and it had so many intricate steps and the timings were so hard.
Oh yeah.
And so eventually, I'm like, yes, I finally can convince him to give me Terraform, and I give him 4 trade goods. Wow. I had 8 influence on lock.
Yep.
And I give him 4 trade goods to get Terraform. And I'm like sitting there, and I'm like, yes! And the whole time in the back of my head, there's like, oh, Burner's in this game. Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And Burner is also ghosts. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Where that's going.
Warfare pops. I build my next carrier to take my Equidistant, that is my 4th hazardous.
Yep.
And I pop Warfare. I don't pop Warfare. Someone else pops Warfare. And then Burner's next up. Burner takes my Equidistant with a ton of stuff. Like, completely impossible to do. Like, there was like 8 fighters or something.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Because now I have no path to a point.
For sure.
And so I score 0 points.
Wow.
Round 1. And so then the rest of my game is just me trying to slowly claw my way back into the game.
Wow.
Until the very last round, in which Burner actually gives me his support.
Oh.
Just for
okay.
Oh.
Because he wanted me swapping with Arbo, who was going to have Imperial. And so if Arbo got to 7, they could have scored in the action phase and won. And Burner didn't want that to happen, so he gave me the point. So what ended up happening, by the way, is that Burner took a point from me and then gave me a point. And so I was like completely neutral in the grand scheme of things. And then, basically no one had any chance to win, and I just walked into the win on a 6, by the way. I had Warfare.
Wow.
Like, there's no chance of winning.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. I mean, it's no, you go, Frox.
No, I'd say I'd rather be lucky than good. I mean, like, not, by the way, Alice, I think you're a great player. It's just what, like, that's how TI goes sometimes, though. It's like,
For sure.
Okay, I just went on the 6. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a whole nother dimension to this that I didn't get into, which is that Extra and Titans had spent the entire game in a forever war.
Oh.
And so I'm there. And Yin is the one that's like sprinting ahead. Yin was on like 7 points in round 3.
Wild.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, I remember.
I remember this game.
Was it? Is it Carnal? Was that
Carnal? Yeah,
it was.
Carnal, yeah.
Of course.
Very
yeah.
player, by the way. Carnal is terrifying.
Super.
Carnal
terrifying.
lives like right near me, and by the way, terrifying in person to play with him too. It's like, I'm just losing. Like, I already know what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I looked at it and I was like, there's no way that Carnal can win. It's just not possible. So you have Carnal, then Extra, then Titans, then me. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, this is in like round 4. I realized like, there's no way that I can lose.
Yeah.
Wow.
An insane thing to be in round 4. You haven't even seen the stage 2. And I was just like so confident that I was going to win because Carnal had scored all of the publics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then had like no planets left.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went through, like I went on the TI wiki and looked at all the secret objectives, and I was like, Carnal can't score any of these, Yeah. The only ones were like Spark. Spark was potential, but someone would he was at 9 and everyone else was at like 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting because it was like I felt like I was actually in initiative 0, like because Carnal couldn't win, and then Extra and Titans had spent the entire game fighting each other. Extra took Titan's home system, and it's just
wow. Damn.
I don't recommend it, by the way. I don't. I was sitting there and I was just thinking, like, this is so dumb. Like,
Man, I just think that's so funny that they like started off trying to do that terraform deal weird thing, and then it just fell apart, and then somehow it turned into a forever war. Like, we created this complicated deal, and it fell apart. And you know what? It's your fault. God damn it.
Oh my god.
So I honestly think that's one of the downsides to these complicated deals, because I think a huge part of it was just like they had no good blood. You know,
Yeah.
And the thing is, Extra was pissed about not getting terraformed.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, you know, this is why, again, I don't recommend these kind of deals. If they don't pull off, then you both have a bad taste in your mouth. You're both probably down a point.
Yeah.
Extra managed to score 8 influence, but it was like close that they couldn't have, you know. So
Yeah.
Totally. Wow.
No, that's insane. Yeah. No, I mean, I just see it like that's like see so much of that. Like my new rule is like keep it simple, stupid, especially in competitive. Like 100% in competitive. Like keep it simple, stupid. Keep the deals like above the table. I try not to whisper too much, to be honest. Like it just, I know it slows the game down, but like if you're using words and like, there's no way the misunderstanding can happen.
I mean, I feel like
I know there's a place in the game for it. I'm just talking about like in my general. Yeah,
I don't whisper either. I find that like when you're whispering, there's the whole. I've gotten extremely paranoid lately of other people being concerned about what you're saying. Like, I've had so many games where I've either gone into another room. That's a terrible idea. Never do that. Never go into another Discord channel to discuss something with someone in the game.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like a 7 minute in heaven kind of thing. I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, while everyone's listening to you make out,
a lot of slurping, a lot of it.
They're jealous.
Yeah, they're just.
I get it.
Jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm reminded of. I'm pretty sure it was my prelims game last year, where it was Axel. It was Axel. So Axel's sitting across the table from me, and we at some point just started like, it was kind of like around the end of each round for like, I don't know, round 3, round 4, round 5, around the end, like they just like whispered me and they were just saying like, this game's utter shit, isn't it? Like it's just shit. And I was like, I know it's shit. And like, I felt so bad because I had done this, like, there's one moment where I played Deadly Plot on incentive program to stop another public hitting the table, and I was like, oh, I'm blocking like Nazroka or like whatever, I'm stopping them from scoring points, but ultimately I just like fucked up my game and Axel's game is like all that happened there. So it's like I was carrying all this guilt, and then Axel was just like complaining to me and I was complaining back, and then like every time that we were whispering back and forth, like someone at the table was like, looks like they're talking a lot, like, and they just say it out loud. And then I just
be talking.
Yeah, no, like what are they talking about? And then I just answer out loud like, "Oh, we're just bitching about this game." Is all literally all that's going on.
Oh,
don't
my
worry.
go-to is straight to sports. Like, oh, we're talking about football.
Yeah,
Joe Montana kid. Because like, yeah,
that I can believe someone's bitching about how bad the game is.
No, for sure.
Yeah, especially when I did it. Jesus.
You've never fucked up anyone's game, Brass. What are you talking about?
Never.
Never, not even a little bit.
Oh my god, dude. Wow.
But people,
No, I think that's great advice, though, Alice. In all seriousness, just fucking keep it tight. Don't do it too much because above the table is like where the game's won, right? Like not on the board, rarely, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, well, you're better than me, so I'll have to agree with you.
Well, no. I mean, there are a lot of different opinions on how to play TI, but to me, I've actually just stopped talking to people, really. Like for the most part, like I think there's a lot of talking to be done in like rounds 1 and 2, and then basically rounds 3 and 4, I just like don't talk to people.
Yeah. After playing with Hunter, I would agree that like less is more, right? Like.
So like I I just find that, like, for one, you don't want people to know what you're planning. This is like a huge thing in TI. It's just like keeping your options ambiguous. If you start telling people what you're planning on doing, like, they're going to use it against you. I've had this happen far too many times. Like, actually, my semifinals game, I was mahawked, and I had the win basically on lock. And I was thinking, like, I have like an 80% chance to win. If I go to another room with I can't remember what the other player was, Cabal maybe, like, we can make it so that it's like almost 95%. But what actually was, I dropped my win percentage down to like 10%, because when we left, the four of them got really annoyed and they spent the rest of the time, plotting how to destroy us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Very interesting takes. Talk less in this game of diplomacy, actually. Very interesting.
Every time I like go back, I'm like, I don't feel like I talked much during the game. Then I'll look like, dude, I barely even talk about the game, but I also just don't fucking shut up. Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
I mean, everyone loves your bullshit, Frox.
that is true. I mean, I do feel like I've never left the table with someone hating me, right?
No.
I mean, acing games, totally different story, but we can... Actually, I've mended most of the fences, most of them, except for that Jazz motherfucker.
Yeah, no, totally.
Fuck Jazz. Now, by the way, Jazz is one of my really good friends, Alice.
We love
can't live without him.
No,
Hope he's having fun on his cruise ship. Anyways.
No, it's a true, like, nemesis situation. It's like, no, or it's like Arching from the Venture Brothers. You ever watch that one?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
it's almost like almost like a professional thing. Like, Jazz is professionally your arch villain nemesis, and he takes it seriously.
Yes, he does. By the way,
for real.
Oh man,
yeah.
Alice, this guy just like relentlessly like foils any amount of victory I'm ever going to have in a TI game if he's in it. I don't even know if he does it on purpose. It's just fucking. It's probably like that Don Draper thing where I'm in an elevator. I'm like, I hate you. I want to kill you every day of my life. And he's like, I don't think about you at all. That's probably how it is.
So me and my friends posted this thing to Craigslist where the title of the post was "Looking for Professional Nemesis." And
I love this already.
This is so great. Perfect and relevant.
Yeah,
very relevant. And so the requirements were like, must be willing to spend an hour a day planning my downfall. We got applicants.
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh my god, dude. It's so good.
Did you offer to pay them or something? Is that what's going on?
It explicitly said $0.
Pure clout. 100% clout. No, I feel that. You're paying them an exposure.
Wow. People
you make it exposed in the obituary, right?
People taking it so seriously. Wow. Well, I want to talk. I guess really quickly we should just shout out and plug the game is coming up real soon. The Invitational Finals is this Saturday, the 14th. Yes, the 14th.
Yeah, I'm streaming a TI game during it actually.
Oh, for sure. So the start time is pretty early, isn't it? Isn't it? It's like. What time is it? I was just listening to where Matt was saying, like, it's 10 a.m. Central, or is it 7 a.m. Central, or?
I got you, fam.
Yeah, no.
Events.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like
8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. my time.
8 a.m.
So that, oh my god.
So is that
5 a.m.
that's
for you
5
guys?
a.m. our time. Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm
about to say like qualifier invitational. It was like 4 a.m. Like,
oh my
god,
that's
dude.
brutal. I mean,
that's like when my game's starting.
You got to make sacrifices in TI sometimes, and sometimes you got to lose a little bit of sleep. I'll tell you this much, Alice. I am working the night before, which means I'll be getting out at, I don't know, like 3:30 or 4 in the morning or something like that. So I'll just stay up. Exactly. I'll stay up. I mean, like,
Oh my god! Like that game you casted, Brass. I like go to bed and I wake up and you're still going. Exactly. I'm like on the bus at work watching it.
It's fucking ridiculous. But I can't promise I'll stay awake for much of it. But I'll catch definitely some of the first round and some of that shit. But
maybe I'll try to like do a dual stream going like on my stream. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Anyways. Are you streaming a qualifier?
I'm sure. Yeah, my buddy Truth's in a qual. So I mean, I'm definitely gonna stream that. He's my in real life friend. He got me into the SCPT stuff, so
cool.
It'd be an honor. And then JJ is gonna be streaming it with me, Jadeem Jedi. So it'll be a lot of fun. Like
that's so tight.
Incredibly excited for it, actually.
Yeah, I mean, just hanging out with JJ is always a good time. Yeah.
Oh, I told him like Wyatt is a very slow player, and I was like, this game's gonna be long. He's like, don't worry, I'll be egging you on. He'll be like, who's the worst player in the game, you think, Frox? I'm like, oh, come on, dude. Come on, man. But at the end of the game, I'm like, all right, this son of a bitch here.
Yep. Don't make me talk shit on my boy, but at some point, I might have to talk shit on my boy. Yeah. Wow.
I honestly just want to say that I think that waking up early is actually the best way to play.
Oh.
You don't want to be like 3 a.m. and like tired.
Yeah.
You know, that is. You want to be at your most alert at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that matters. Round 1 and 5, basically, is my opinion.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually kind of happy that I'm going to be waking up early, but
yeah.
That's tough. No, it's have you ever like casted a game or streamed a game or anything like that?
Yeah. So I did do some streams of my own games, but it turns out that my graphics card didn't work, and like the encoding is like,
oh no,
seizure. Like
that's
That's too bad.
I was like streaming some of my prep for the qualifiers last year, just so like some of my friends could watch, and like I left my computer on like for 24 straight hours. So, like when I get off, it's just this high pitched screech noise for like 16 straight hours. When I go back to watch it, I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. Oh man,
hilarious.
No, I was just wondering because like I'm always looking for like a co-pilot or whatever. Like I'm streaming Brass and Brian are in that game together, and it's like a Monday. I don't know if you're free, but I'll hit you up after this.
Oh, I can definitely like pop in and shoot.
No, just a pop in, yeah, because I'll be alone for most of it, which is fine. I'm fine being alone, guys. Nothing in life is making me think about that. But anyways, yeah, no, I'll hit you up. We can talk details and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, sounds very fun. Yeah, totally.
Tight. So, but before we start talking shit about the invitational finals and how you're gonna wipe the floor with everyone, before we get into that, I wanted to ask a little bit about like what kind of is your history with TI specifically, and also like the community. Like, when did you join up and all that business?
Yeah,
I totally remember all of it.
So I saw the Shut Up and Sit Down review of TI 4th edition, and I was like, holy shit. Like, what a game.
Yeah.
And I played a practice game with the guy who teaches like everyone. I feel so bad for forgetting his name right now. I want to give him a shout out. Hold on.
I mean, it's not Big Al, that you're thinking of, is it?
Oh, no. It's like Airplane or something.
I don't think I've heard of this person.
Oh, Acid. Shout out
yeah. Never heard of Acid. Wow.
He's the head of the like teaching community on the main Discord.
Interesting.
And he is, I just want to say, such a fucking positive person.
That's awesome.
Such a nice person to learn the game with, because it's like basically what he does. Every game he plays Arvo. To a new like player because Arvo is terrible.
Yeah, what a fucking legend. Oh man.
Oh my god. The greatest Arvo player in the world, no one even knows it.
Yeah.
He is an extremely good Arvo player.
Wow.
Like that's all he does. So
yeah.
No, for sure. Well, old reliable agent first turn again. Anyways.
Yeah, and then I played literally probably 200 hours of TI in the span of like 2 months.
Oh wow!
I played one game and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I'm just gonna play this nonstop.
Totally.
This was right after I had graduated from college too, so I had tons of time to just do nothing.
The good old days.
Yeah, I miss them.
Why do I have
For
that
real.
1,000-yard stare for a minute there? Anyways,
Yep.
Uh,
I didn't graduate from college a decade ago. That'd be weird.
yeah, and like now I think I have like probably over 1,000 hours of TI.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be able to play every faction. It's the sad truth, right? I hate it. I wish there were like 12 less factions, honestly.
There's a fucking lot.
I wish there were 12 more. With 12 more on the way.
Is your name Philroy? What? Is your...
Hold on, let me check. Be right back.
Yeah. Hilarious. Wow. Yeah.
Oh God, standing up was a terrible decision.
Yeah. No.
Leg day.
Yeah, he did leg day, folks. Watch out. Watch out.
God. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go back down to here. All right.
Oh man.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. Keep going. So you need to know every faction.
Yeah. So, and like I think about a year after that, POK came out, and I remember reading the Titans faction sheet and being like, "Is everyone sleeping on how ridiculous this is?"
Good pun, by the way. Really good pun. Yeah, that was great. I don't even think they meant to do that.
No.
I didn't.
No, for No, but for real, I mean, we're so Frox and I just recorded that whole video with Jasper where we're talking about the Fantasy TI. By the way, if you're not hip on the Fantasy TI League, it's only the hottest. It's only the hottest thing.
Some of us are a little more ice cold. 103,000 maybe.
Yeah,
had a little line about someone in this chat.
Yeah, no, for sure. Hey, don't talk shit. I'm proud of where I am. I'm proud of where I am. But we had such a good time talking with Jasper, and it was just like, you know, it was us talking about like the fantasy draft specifically, but then it was also us just kind of like bullshitting about each and every faction. And the point that I made about Titans specifically was that they've had the most interesting journey in terms of what people think of them, because
I completely agree.
Yeah, because before POK even came out, everyone was like, "Oh my god, they're the best," and no one had even played them yet, you know. And then for a while, it was like everyone's like, maybe they're not that great. Maybe they're not that great. They're kind of complicated, whatever. And now they're back on the rise. You know, they're on the up and up. Yeah. And I think a lot of people think highly of them.
I also felt similar about Mahawked. I remember reading the Mahawked faction sheet.
Oh, Mahawked's busted, yeah.
What the fuck did they do?
Yeah.
Mahawked, it's so busted in like such a myriad of ways that's kind of hard to like sum it all up. Mm-hmm. But just having fucking 5 influence as a home system is
well, in like around 1, you're like, oh, I have a tech skip in my slice. Thank you. And you move your tokens around. You're just like, no, Mahawk's so dumb. Like,
yeah. And
I will say this: high ceiling, very, very. The skill floor for them is very low. That like, if you're bad at the game, you're not going to be good with Mahawk. I will say that.
No, you got to be good.
100%. And that's why I think they did so poorly, like, in the first tournament, was because people just didn't understand that, like, the goal of the Mahawked game is to collect the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
Collect the stone, and then you win.
Yes. Love it.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to collect the stones, right? Like, it takes a lot of maneuvering and, you know, all that kind of bullshit, so...
yeah.
Full agreement.
Yeah, but in the late game, I mean, it's all about Ilna Viraset, man. It's all about that commander, you know? Like, you can do, like, double builds. You can build...
To quote my nemesis, if you're Mahawked and you have enough tokens, I'm pretty sure you can do anything in the game.
You can do anything. Yeah, totally.
With that, by the way. Brass.
What you said?
What?
I agree with Brass that the point of the end game is the commander. The point of the end game is fucking Star Lancers. Those things are
that's actually the answer I was gonna say. It's not the commander, it's the fucking Starland. Fuck Benediction, fuck everything else. It's the commander because it interacts with the Star Lancers.
Oh yeah.
That's my
totally. I mean, because it's like it's literally just like it's the same effect as I just played your ceasefire. You know, and like stopping one attack.
Well, and it ends your turn. Ceasefire doesn't even end your turn.
Oh, sure. Exactly. It's even more powerful in that way.
Ceasefire ends your turn. I'm pretty sure it does.
Nope. because think about this: if you have like you Zayu into someone's system, they play your ceasefire, then they activate you with fleet logistics.
Yeah.
Ceasefire just means you can't move ships into the thing; it doesn't end your turn.
Yeah.
Coup d'etat is one of the other few things that like ends your turn in the game.
Totally.
I've just had it happen to me. The fucking Vietnam dog with the cupcake, like because I've gotten mad. It's like you can't do that. Like then they fucking Dane bot that shit and show me. I'm like, okay,
hilarious. But yeah, I mean, it's like if you're able to stop one attack at the right time, then that's all you need to win the game. You know?
Yeah, multiple attacks, right?
Yeah.
Because think about it, they attack you, you Star Lancer them, right? It's their turn. Then it comes around. You go attack them and you get their token back.
or you benedict yourself into them if your system's locked down. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, it doesn't get rid of the Star Lancer. That's the part that confuses me.
Yes.
Like you get to keep the mech.
You get to keep
like,
the mech.
Get rid of the mech. It's like
mech.
Okay, that's balance.
Yeah.
But yeah.
God, that just makes the Icarus drive feel so much worse. You know what I mean? You like.
Well, we're living in the Icarus drive window right now.
Oh.
Like we're living in that window right now. So
yeah.
That's a great segue. Ghost is my #1 underrated faction right now.
Oh.
I think they're sleeping. They're really sleeping on it because that commander is actually jacked. And
hottest take I've heard in a long time. Alice, please say more. Oh my goodness.
Okay. The thing with Ghosts is this has always been the case, but I think it's even more true now that all of the rest of the factions are so much better. The skill ceiling for Ghosts is just like it's the highest of any faction, I think.
Wow.
Absolutely. Hard to agree.
So the thing is, if you ever watch a good Ghost player play, you feel like it's like inevitable that they win. Like Burner is the greatest Ghost player I've ever seen. I maybe Duke, but Duke is like whatever.
You need to watch an Aussie player named Jared play Ghosts. Everyone on that server swears by
you're thinking about
just
Jordan.
So Jordan. Thank you. Thank you.
No, the J name. Sorry. For sure.
J names, yeah. You know me and the J's.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So the thing about the commander, right, is it can make you like 5 fighters in activation. It's not even that hard to do that. Like you just have a little bit of forethought into it. And on top of that, you start with Gravity Drive.
Yep.
And everyone's always complaining that their start is so terrible. They have a 4-2 single planet home system. To me, the most important thing on the entire sheet is what the home system is. This is actually like this is why I was talking about with Mahawk. A single planet, fucking 5 influence. What the hell? I've just gotten my home system taken so much. It's the first thing I look at is like, what's the home system?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yep.
And it's you can afford tech. So not only do you start off with Grav Drive, first round you can get Sling Relay, which is like the second best tech in the game. It's up there. So
yeah.
Wow.
No, I agree with that. I think their biggest weakness to me is like I feel like the one time I played them, and I've watched quite a few Ghost games, is pushing plastic out can be a little difficult whenever I've played them. I don't know if that's like a me thing or like everyone I've played with thing, but I never feel like they have enough to cover all of their bases. Would you disagree with that?
I completely agree with you, and that's why Sling Relay is so important, because Sling Relay is so much fucking plastic. And then also that's why you need to lean into the commander, because being able to produce 5 fighters, most people barely have enough production time to make 2 fighters, right?
Yeah, because you need grab horses to your home system wait and take them. Seriously, you should look at my Headcon game. Anyways.
I hate playing Headcon for that very reason. I literally don't play 3-planet home systems, because I think you're just doomed to have your home system taken.
You're setting yourself up for failure a little bit. Unless you have become a martyr or some stuff, then it's like a big deal for you.
I would never have that in a game.
Never have that one.
Never. Not even a little.
Here's another hot take. I actually think everyone plays BAM wrong. Everyone plays Armada wrong. What they do, they leave their home system open. That's stupid. You don't have your home system, you can't score points.
No, you take someone else's. Yeah, I mean, that's the given. Yeah, like...
It's so much easier to go take someone else's home system, right? To have it back.
Can I share you my hot take that like I'm slowly... I don't even know it's a hot take at this point because other people are starting to get me. Because they're talking about it big on the main podcast. I think the best way to win a game of TI now, like unless like you're feeling like you did in your semifinal or in your invitational game, is to like not do anything in round 5. And just like if everyone else, like if it's a heart, like just literally don't do anything, like play your strike card and pass, protect your home. I think that's like one of the best ways to win now.
Oh, I'm completely on board with you. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do that round? I scored my one secret that I had to score, which was make a gamble. I bombarded. And by the way, I had to expend a lot of resources to get that.
Sure.
And then I expended a ton of resources doing the one thing I needed to do that round. And then I built 10 infantry. Then I used it to unlock my home system and build another 10 more infantry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just think like literally just build up, and like if it goes to round 6, everyone else is trying to do the slay thing. Like the more competitive, high level games I'm watching, it's just like even that one Brass and I thought that was a pretty high level game. I thought everyone there played a great game.
Sure.
It was like after round 6, and you know why Hunter won? Because he didn't do shit in the round before. Everyone else just blocked, and he orchestrated this all to go hit everyone else basically. So
Sure.
that's just my 2 cents. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you agree.
I think you also like you need to do your part. Like you need to be like, I'm doing my part. You know, you need to go like take Mechatol from the threat, or like attack into a home system and like fail. Oh, that's not a created plan. Like don't actually bring all of your forces, but like you're doing something.
For sure. So like the sleight of hand, definitely. I agree with that. Oh my god. But nah, man, are you pretty like if y'all had a lot of correspondence, any like above the table deal making stuff going on about the game coming up on Saturday? Or are you just like you're waking up and you're copping in? I have to hear because like one of my close community friends is like in the similar kind of vibe of like finals and stuff. He always talks about his plans before the game, and he's already making plans for everything. So I was wondering if you're on the same vibe, or are you just kind of going to show up and play your game?
Yeah, okay, great question. So I actually messaged Matt, and I was like, listen, Matt, we gotta have a chat. We gotta have a quick chat about whether or not it's okay for me to like make deals before the game. Because I didn't know this my last invitational game, and Deft came in with Imson and had this entire like ride or die, insane deal worked out. And like then Deft won, and I was just sitting there and I was like, how was I supposed to win this game?
Well, one, Deft was in the game. Let's be honest.
Like, Deft and
kidding.
Imson. Well, I mean, if there was any year for a pushback to happen on Deft, I think it's like, this year, this time, right now. You know, I made some crack in tournament spoilers about like, is Deft just gonna win again? And then Deft replies to me, and she's like, "This is exactly why I'm not going to win." Okay.
All right, so you want to know something? Deft is in our invitational, and I think she's gonna win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Deft is amazing. I mean, yeah.
I wish I could be like, oh yeah, I'm so confident. Like I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna crush, and it's like, well, I'm going for second.
Wow.
Like you take home the silver. You're like, I did great. I'm
for
happy.
Sure. So what did Matt say in response to you?
Okay. Yes, I forgot about this. So
that's on me.
No worries. Well, we're riffing here. So he was very like edgy and like kind of annoyed by the question, and I was like just thinking to myself like, okay, you could be like annoyed about this, but it's like this is what happened last time.
Yeah. It's like you don't remember, bro?
Yeah. Well, so Matt remembered, and his response was like, "Oh, well, like I don't remember it happening like that." I was just like,
"Okay."
No.
Supports. They like traded systems. They had a support basically going from round 1, even though they didn't swap. Like they had agreed that if I sat between them, they were going to eat me.
Oh my god! Wow.
Are you notorious in the European community for something you're not telling us about, Alice? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what did you do to them?
Yeah, what can they point in the doll and point where you hurt them?
Oh my god!
Why are they pointing to the home system?
So,
oh my god.
I've definitely beaten Moose a lot. For some reason, me and Moose play in a lot of games, and I just feel like Moose has had really unfortunate luck every time that he's faced me.
It happens to him sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes.
Oh man, that was
Wow.
it was the most brutal I've ever seen.
He lost
Wow.
39 resources to Ixion in a game I played with him.
Oh wow.
30 because he retreated
Wow.
away from like a bad fight, like
Oh
a
my
bunch of
God.
his units onto MR, which already had
Oh
a bunch
my
of units,
God.
and they were just gone.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah.
I
He yeah.
lost at least 30 in the game I was in. So I think he's maybe lost more Ixion than like anyone else. Like
Probably not, because I learned how many games the TI Cardinals played, and he's had to have lost a lot.
Yeah. If only we could easily keep those kind of stats, you know.
Yeah.
If only.
we all aren't Big Al. That guy, like,
Oh,
all on the spreadsheet for that man. Not even lying about it.
I
straight
like
But-
that guy.
So that's like your only real like true Euro interaction is like the just beating Moose a lot. You think? I was just wondering why they specifically were like, if it's Alice specifically, we are gonna pincer him. Answer them.
Because we there was like the draft order was already set, so they could like do like a lot of more of the draft like in their heads.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's how they were able to come up with these like insane plans. But
Gotcha.
it's how they had figured out that they were going to get SAR and Cabal. Like
Sarball.
The
Sarball.
Sarball.
and it's like that would have been free, you know? Like
Yeah.
That is such a great combo, honestly. It really
It's
It's
a-
so much fun.
I don't know if y'all have ever experienced being eaten by SAR and Cabal, but
Not really, not really. I'm more speaking from like I played a SAR game once where I had Cabal's Alliance and it felt so good. It felt so good.
Oh, dude, I did that, but I'll
Oh.
one up it. I had the Cabal Alliance as Titans, and that had to be the most liberating experience of
yeah.
my life.
Oh, dude. Yeah, building out of your Hell Titans, and then you're like, oh, it's not just like 2 production or 1 production, it's 4 or
Yeah.
3. Like, that is.
Yeah, I had a 3-planet
awesome.
system plus the Cabal. Oh, God, it was so good.
Amaze. Wow.
Mhm.
Who needs
Yeah,
space docks at that point?
Yeah, seriously.
you build one ship and then 2 fighters, right? Every time you do an activation. It's insane.
I love
You know?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. No, I had Sarween too because 2 and 2 came up, so it was just it was prime. It was prime. I'm not gonna lie, that I won that game, and I have loved Titans ever since. But it was a pure economic, very peaceful game. So like, I don't have any like conflict, not able to just keep activating myself experience with Titans. So I do want to say that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Titans wins economic games every single time.
Yep.
That's part of the reason. Like I think they're better than Khan in economic output.
No, because
Hot
because
takes.
you also have like that hidden value. You know what I mean? Like they can't see your path as directly as the cons. Like to get to the money or the econ or the resources influence, because like you're finding attachments and explorers and. Anyways, sorry.
Yo,
Yeah.
dig. I dig.
When I first saw the Titans sheet, the thing that was like, and the thing that I always say, I say this like every time I talk about Titans, is the core of the faction is Saturn Engine 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such absurd tech that like it's kind of hard to describe how absurd it is.
Mhm.
And I think the core reason it's absurd is lost on a lot of people. The core reason it's so absurd is because they have 3 movement.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that lets you go from your home system to Mechatol.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
basically, if you're Titans, you can just get a Mechatol point, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop
Yeah.
you. Build 6 Hell. You build 6 Saturn Engine 2s and a couple Hell Titans, or other fucking mechs are.
Hecaton cherries.
Hecaton cherries. Come
Hecaton
on,
cherries.
come on.
It's easy.
There's a lot
Come
of
on.
arms. It's like swirling around at you.
Yeah, you know that
I'm kinda
that 3
disappointed.
movement is the same distance as from Mechatol to another player's home system too. Yeah.
Or from your home system to their home system.
yeah,
Oh, and asteroid
exactly.
fields don't protect you, by the way. Let's
Yeah.
let's not forget. Not that I know from experience about that from anyone named Susan. By the way, I won the fight. I battled him
Yeah.
off. Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
Yep. No, totally. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But
Incredible.
Titans are disgusting. I think the sustained damage in the 2 capacity. I
Mhm.
think the entire kit, not just the 3 movement, because Cruiser 2 has 3 movement, right?
Mhm.
Like, I just think like.
Cruiser 2 is jacked.
Oh, seriously, rounds 1 to 4, Cruiser 2 is disgusting.
I think Cruiser 2
Yeah.
is good in round 5 too. People have this like opinion that it like falls off, and it's like it still has 3 movement, right?
Uh-huh.
So
I just think like late game this is speaking from experience. The 3 movement, you're absolutely right. it's just like there's way too much that can go wrong with like one bad round of combat with Cruiser 2 without sustained damage. And like an ample fighter screen. I guess that's my experience. Like, but I have terrible dice luck, Alice. Like, this is totally confirmation bias, of course. But bad things happen at bad times to me, and good things happen at the wrong time. So that's, I guess, if I'm going into a fight and I'll have to take like all 8 of my Cruiser 2s to that one system. You know, I can't leave any in reserve because overwhelming force is the only way I know how to win.
I just want to say that we put this whole thing in here just for Expendable. Is what we did, just for Expendable, just to make my boy feel good.
He needs that right now. He needs that
straight up.
So the thing with like them only having 1 capacity but still having 3 movement is like you can spread your Cruiser 2s out on rounds 1 through 4. Then when you need to like do the push, you have a Harrier that has grab drive. So it has right? And then you can centralize all of the rest of your cruisers. And it's a very strong move. Like the trick is your cruisers need fighters. If they don't have fighters, it's bad.
Totally.
No, I agree. That's my number one. My go-to move with my Hawk is like spread it out, getting tokens with the cruisers, and then boom.
There you go.
Pincer maneuver. Absolutely. Alice, you're just sitting here. I'm like, yep, definitely better at the game than me. Just everything you say, definitely better at the game than me. It's like he just says something like, yep, totally agree with what they're saying. Absolutely, not even a question.
Well, I mean, I don't actually think I'm that good at the game. I definitely think there are like much stronger players than me. I think Deft is. I mean, Deft is so good at the game. The thing that makes Deft so amazing is she has this like reality distortion vortex where you don't even realize that the game is over. I don't even realize the game is over. And it's like I don't realize the game is over and Deft is winning, and then all of a sudden Deft is winning. It's like, oh fuck.
It all happened so fast. My life flashed before my eyes.
Well, speaking as someone who's played like not just TI with you, Alice, it's you're never just thinking about like your next move. That's like what I've noticed. It just because it's it's a lot harder over an 8-hour game. Like everyone's thinking ahead, whereas like an Oath, which not a short game, but like I'm like just fiddling around and like just feeling my vibe. Like maybe playing 1 round at a time, and you're like, this is my win con. This is my engine to get to that win con. I don't care about anything else that's happening right here. And I think that's just a strength, And I think. Like, granted, I was like learning the game, and like Brass was learning the game. Don't get me wrong, but it was just more that like you explained the logic behind it to us, behind your maneuvers, and that's what I took from it was like you always have your win con in mind. You're not just thinking about like your next move, your next point. You're like, this is my win condition. Like getting the 4 hazardous is nomad. If I get this control round 1, that is my win condition. I am winning this game if this happens. That like I don't think that way, and And to be honest, I don't understand, even though you said it to me, why that was the win condition. I mean, I get it. Like, it's a very difficult control to get. I assume that's why, but yeah.
So, and then to go off of that, when I got my plan destroyed, right? Yeah. That's when a lot of people would give up, and they would start a forever war. Never start a forever war. That's
my go-to though. It's a lot of fun. Like, that ruins my sense of identity. Do you want to take that from me, Alice?
I love my space risk. God damn it.
No, but let's get to your serious advice. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I completely agree. Forever wars are extremely fun. I've done them before. I'll do them again. So,
Oh yeah.
So I was sitting there and I was like, okay, I'm on 0 points. My game is like functionally over, but like, what is the path to victory? And when you're in those positions, I think most of the time you need to be thinking, how can I get tech? Which is not something that a lot of people realize. Is that tech is the way.
I need to clip this for our boy JJ. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, that one's for JJ.
Right. So like, how long have we been going, Brass? Can I get a timestamp here?
Yeah,
can I get a timestamp?
Yeah. You know what? I'll make a clip. It's okay.
All right, cool. All right. So go on. What you were saying?
So when you like are behind, you need tech, because tech is the way that you like take home systems.
Mhm.
Tech is the way that you take Mechatol. Tech is the way you score 2-pointers. This is a big deal. And how did I win that Nomad game? It was the 3 unit upgrades tech.
Yeah.
So, I normally actually advocate for like basically not teching. I think tech is mostly overrated, except when you're behind, and then it's like mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do agree with you, but I do want to add one addendum. I think unit upgrade technologies are pretty key to a lot of like Grav Drive, and then like either Carrier 2 or Dread 2. I think that those are mandatory. That's just besides like certain faction specific stuff like QDN or something like that. But you know what I'm saying.
Of course, I completely agree with you. Like, you need Carrier 2 in almost every game.
Amen. Praise it.
Amen.
But the thing is, you get to Carrier 2, right? All right?
Yeah.
You maybe take tech once, right?
Yeah.
Or you fall tech twice, right? That's how you can get to Carrier 2 for a lot of factions. And this is another reason Titans is so good. Their tech path is so streamlined. You just get AI, then you get Saturn Engine 2s, and then you get the rest of the blue tech. And then you're done. You know?
It's that easy.
It really is. And you can throw in Carrier 2 or Dread 2 if you have like a lot of money. But you don't need to do that. That's a thing. You need to be flexible in TI more than anything else. Like, you get your points destroyed, and then you need to figure out some plan to get back in.
You know what? As long as you keep hanging in there and scrounging your points up, you never know when Burner's going to throw you a support for no reason whatsoever.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I didn't even need that because I had Obsidian.
Wow.
Oh, it's just that easy. Get Obsidian. That's actually that's how you win games. Have Obsidian. Unironically, to be honest here.
Get good, scrub.
Am I wrong?
No.
I have won every game I've ever had Obsidian. Unironically,
the case for me.
Yeah. Like, it's so good.
Makes sense.
It is.
Odds are, if you have Obsidian, you're also probably like in a position to score that secret because you've afforded yourself the ability to get that relic, right? Like,
Sure.
I don't know. Correlation and causation, we can go into that, but that's not what we're here. We're here to like talk about Alice's luscious locks. So
I just can't believe that you draw Obsidian and then you draw a secret.
Yeah. It would be, that's right. It would be busted if it was just the first part of like you can hold one extra, but you don't. But you don't draw one. Like, you also get a secret draw off of it. That's straight nasty, actually.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And you can be capped at 3. It's like, but I'm not capped at 3 anymore. I just got my 4th one.
Yeah.
So good. Absolutely.
Ludicrous.
It's even just the information that comes with it too. It's like, so I know, even if you draw a shitty secret, like, I know they don't have this though. So it's just, information is king. That's why I like that. Yeah.
I never thought about that. But you have more secrets than everyone else, so they don't have them. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I think if you have 4, you have 10% of the secret deck, right?
40. Right? No, that's
right?
that is right. That is how math works.
There's 40 secrets. Fuck. Don't tell my boss. I've been fucking lowballing all this time.
Yeah, no shit. Wow. All right, so I just pulled up the invitational finals thingamabob here on the server, and we got a list of names here. We got we already talked about the Deft Piper, Starry Chinsky, Seto Kaiba. I like Seto a lot. Very chill. James K. Polk, former U.S. president, Alvy, and Alice, none other. So we already talked about Deft and everything, but are there any other like particular matchups that you see there? Like, have you played with these folks like before? Like, do you have any grudges or anything?
We're here about the fucking grudge. Highlight the goddamn grudge.
Grudge match. Go.
So me and Alvy have actually quite the history. Because we often will message each other little bits of strategy advice if we're after games. Like, Alvy would be like, what would you have done in this situation? Then I'd message Alvy like, hey, I had this situation come up, what would you do? Alvy is very good at the abstract thinking of TI, very strong player, really understands the opportunity costs of a lot of stuff. James K. Polk is a brawler. That's how I would describe him.
Cool, yeah.
I don't want to be next to him.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
What was Seto? Okay, Seto is very good at like winning from ahead, I would say.
Seto's got the fundamentals on lock. That's how I like to view Seto's play style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that too. These are all very strong players. I don't know if I watched Seto's qualifier. It was tragic. They had the win on lock.
Yeah.
And then they got win slayed, like, or someone got win made. It was absolutely tragic. Like they
stolen.
I didn't catch it.
Stolen, yeah.
Stolen.
I'll have to check it out. I actually really want to check it out because I have a lot of respect for Seto, to be honest.
They took Nalu's home system, and then they ended up getting slayed too, and it was like they were. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so what happened was they had the game on lock. They were at 8. They had the 2-pointers like scored. All they needed to do was protect your home system.
Mm-hmm.
They had become a martyr.
Oh,
Right? They did the thing that everyone does, where they leave their home system open for some.
While you're at 8, you know, you're supposed to be you're supposed to be at 9. Yeah.
And what happened was they were actually fine. They were going to be able to build. It was going to be fine for them, but they only had 1 token left. It was
they had insubbed?
Insubbed?
The whole table came together to like play all the strategy cards in the right order, and then they got insubbed, and there was just no hope.
Yeah, that might be one of the straight dirt nastiest things that you can do in this game is insubordination someone's last token.
Oh, dude, I got borderline like someone racial slur mad at me with an insubordination one time.
Jesus Christ, what?
Oh, dude, there's this one Sardak player. Like, I was gonna point. I was like, that's what I call like when you're online gaming. Like, racial slur mad is like the top of it.
Wait, was this a Gen Pop game or what? Dude?
This is a Gen Pop game. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I'm like in a pretty good position as Xcha, and this Sardak player is like all around Mechatol, setting up the sick Gamma onto Mechatol for next turn, and their last action was gonna be their third edge. They have 1 token left, and I have insub, and I'm like, give me your fucking ceasefire. I'm insubbing you right now. Because like I'm in a very good position to win the game as well. I don't want to, I don't extort unless like you're being a dick to begin with.
Sure.
Let's just say I call it racial slur mad for a reason. So like this guy literally like just cussed at me the rest of the game. It was insane. Insub has got to be the most brutal card in the game because it throws your whole round plan out. What you said?
Fire stop him from being able to take Mechatol? Were you the one on Mechatol?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's brutal. Holy yeah. I would have straight told you to piss off, like, and just insub me. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, pretty much. He gave me the ceasefire, and then he just started attacking me the rest of the game. No, he just started attacking me the rest of the game. It was great. I mean, I was extra with my flag and a bunch of PDS, so it was, I was fine. But yeah, wasted his. Yeah.
Wow.
This is another thing I think about TI, which is I think you should never give in to extortion. Like,
interesting. Prox is so happy. He's like, my mission statement. It's here.
Someone right here. Literally, don't extort me. I don't extort you. And you extort me, you get shit.
That is so hilarious, and Alice, I will be taking that piece of advice with me because I just signed up for an async game that is going to be organized on the Aussie server, but then it's going to migrate to the async server, obviously, to actually play that. But we're doing the multi-draft on the Aussie server because they have the most kick-ass multi-draft bot on there, by the way. It's like it's fucking
true,
cherry.
It's disgustingly
Dude,
awesome.
Bradley Sigma kills it every single time and really, really killed it with this one. But I saw like who's on the list there. It's Jordan. It's Muffin Manifesto. Like I'm literally signing up to get kicked in the nuts. And I played my first game with Jordan somewhat recently. It was like, actually, I think it was like the day after Christmas or something like that. And I have never seen a player like Jordan in my entire life. I've never seen this shit go down where he was playing Titans, actually, believe it or not. And so he's literally like the most he has the most finesse with extortion plays that I've ever seen. And it's like round to round, turn to turn, he just like he takes time to think at the beginning of his turn, and he's just silent for a while. And then I started to get really terrified with the silence because after the silence, he says someone's name, and he says like, "So can we talk about this situation that's going on where I could just completely take your equidistant or your blah 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 or your blah blah blah, and I don't want to do that, like, so why don't you just give me blah blah blah?" So he was just extorting the whole table. Just like the amount of value that he was receiving for not doing something was so ludicrous. And ended up winning the game.
I just think opportunity cost of extorting someone is so high because you're paying them to not do something, right? Yeah. So they get to do something else and get money.
Exactly.
So, like, you know what?
Exactly.
Like, come fucking ranch me. Yeah. If you're at a table of good players, they're going to fucking make you pay for, like, moving positionally out of that, right?
Sure.
There's just unless you're Titans and you have Hell Titans on all your planets for some fucking reason. But that's a different story, I would read the room on that.
Wow.
Yeah. At least I think that's what Alice's point was going to be. At least that's where I took it, extrapolated it out to. It's like the opportunity cost of like making someone do something and positionally moving them away from their long-term goals is pretty impactful on their game. Unless you're like outright being eliminated, there's pretty much, yeah. Anyways, because you can fuck with someone and you're down to one planet.
Unless like the thing they're doing is causing you to lose the game, then you give in to whatever the fuck.
For sure.
Yeah,
you're their little simp. But the thing is that like otherwise no one wants to fight in TI, right? That's the fundamental truth of it. Is that when you fight people, you lose stuff, and then other people get stronger by proxy. So they're going to pretend like they want to attack you. I can't even count the number of times where someone's tried to extort me and I've just been like, I don't know. That sounded cool.
and then they don't do it. Yeah, for sure. Interesting. But I feel like Jordan will do it, though. That's the thing. He fucking
He's
will.
He's so straightforward about it. Oh my god, that's so good.
No, absolute sweetie. Looking forward to the game. But yeah, definitely just another time for me to get kicked in the nuts a little bit. At least this time I won't get Nova seeded by anyone. Jared.
I gotta tell y'all about my favorite Muat strategy.
Sure.
Okay, this is fucking hilarious if you do this. Every time you play Muat, you should do this.
Okay.
What you do? Get out the like box drawer on TI and draw 6 lanes and then put each of the faction tokens in one of the lanes. And every time someone does something bad to you, you inch their token up.
Yep.
And at the top, it's the you win the Nova prize.
Yeah.
Telling them.
Yeah. Home system gets a beach vacation.
Yeah. That's literally what he did. And he inched me all the way up to the top of the Nova Seed tracker.
Every time someone gives you like like a free trade or something, you dip them down too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You're getting this like magical value, and the funniest part, you don't even have to like make good on it.
You can just actually Nova Seed whoever you want, actually, and it's not.
It's still fine.
Oh, wow.
My least favorite part about Nova Seed is how everyone, it's like benediction. Everyone wants to tell you how to use it every single time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, listen, I went to class for these rifle shooting things. I know how to shoot this gun. You don't have to tell me how to shoot it, okay? I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. Don't own a gun. Don't own a gun, folks. It's wrong here in America. Anyways, no, Alice, it has been an absolute fucking joy to talk to you, and I hope to have you on again and again, and I hope to have you on again after you win this gosh darn tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rooting for you.
Listen, we're rooting for you, homie. We really are. I'd be watching if I wasn't. Well, I can probably watch and stream at the same time. Who needs to pay attention to one game that you're supposed to pay attention to? We can pay attention to another one.
Well, the thing is, I can't come into Twitch chat, but I can come into your Twitch chat, right?
Oh man, it's the loophole all over again. Let's go.
That is so funny. Yeah. But it's going to be a blast. Alice, is there anything that you want to tell the folks at home?
You know, I'm just looking for that second place.
Yeah. All right, as long as it's deft on top, but I was like right there. As long as I can be right there under deft.
I get between 7 and 9 points. Respectability is all I need.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well,
so
I was going to ask, do you think it's going to be a long game? Because the boys are worried that it's going to be a long game.
Oh, it's gonna be a long one.
I don't. I'm not worried about that at all. Deft is actually a very quick player, and then she wins. So
okay, there it is.
Like the whole table's actually just deft in Alice. There's 2 people. Everyone else is a simulation.
Hilarious.
Alfie is a very quick player.
Mm-hmm.
Seto is also a very quick player. I'm not worried about it going long. I mean, and then it'll be a 14-hour game. So.
Yeah.
Good. I'll be able to catch some of it then.
Well,
thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. It was very fun.
What a blast.
Oh, yeah. We want to have you back. It'll be a really good time. It was this time, too, for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, I think it's about time to do that thing, right?
It's the favorite part. I've missed that thing.
It's my favorite part of the show. It's time to chill with Big Al Cappuccino.
As we open on our adventure, it can be daunting. We know where we are, and it's a long way from where we want to be, those glorious 10 VP. Take a moment, calmly survey the state of play, look to those objectives, factions, slices, and of course look to our fellow players. Start seeing the potential paths guided by those objectives, but of course our own intuition. Create waypoints to not only maintain our bearing through the rounds ahead, but also measure our progress, objectives, tempo, and alliances. Often noting these waypoints down can aid in developing our roadmap. Don't lose sight of the marrow for the eating, and always keep a level head and balance between the excitement, investment, and anxiety. Have fun with it. If we overindulge, not only can we do ourselves an injury, but we can lose the fun altogether. And if we are not having fun, it is a sure sign we are doing it wrong.